What's going on, people, and welcome back to Israel's Movie Reviews. And today we're going to be discussing Netflix's The Rental. This movie was definitely a relationship drama with a twist, slash horror, slash thriller. And The Rental has been accused of switching gears halfway through and becoming kind of a different genre altogether, which was very, very intriguing to me at first. And this is the debut directing of Dave Franco, James Franco's brother, which essentially makes his horror introduction in this film. And I love this because as a first movie, he definitely gave it his own touch. He definitely went in his own direction. He suggested that while making this movie The Rental, the thought was conceived out of his general discomfort of Airbnb rentals. And I truly get it. You know, we just accept that we're spending time in someone else's house, someone else who has a key and can come and go as they please, someone who can basically do anything while you're sleeping or even rob you and do mischievous things to you. And he took that general unease and turned it into a film. And he made this film about two couples who will almost certainly break up in the near future. But do they even get that far? You know, if they can survive the weekend, maybe. At first, you know, we get a lot of POV shots, and, he pays homage to the 80s slasher films, which, do get panned out in those manners. And it felt very tense and very chilling throughout this film. I love the direction he took. He took a different direction than what I pictured at first. You can tell that he's very interested in actual physical horror, compounding emotional devastation, and destroyed aspects of, domestic ideas in this. And basically give you a premise of this film. It's about a man named Charlie who has success while celebrating at his work with his partner and friend Mina, who from the beginning it feels like Charlie and Mina are close in ways that arguably could be dangerous because they're both in relationships. The film opens up with her physically over his shoulder and giving the impression that they are one of the two couples. And then a few minutes later, you get this development or reveal, which is a twist, that she is actually the girlfriend of his brother. And the success that they're having together as a duo eventually leads them to celebrating and renting out an Airbnb listing of a gorgeous house that suggests the two couples should go there and celebrate. And he brings his wife along, played by Alison Brie, who fills out the quartet, and they take the chance to get away for the weekend. They hike, drink, do some drugs, hang out in a hot tub, and you ask yourself, cool, what could go wrong, right? From the beginning, there are many signs. You have Toby Huss, who plays this creepy manager of the house. He's exceptional in the movie. Only to have, plot developments and different character holes and different arguments that, one can make against Franco's decision to put certain things in the movie. But I think he made it very, very comfortable, and I think the way he suggested the film to be was exactly the way it should have gone, if not nothing else. They do have interesting decisions that they do in the film, which clearly made me happy. It still finds a way. It's remarkable that while it's easy to see a lot of his Dave Franco's influences of past films, of the history that he took, or whatever, touched him in the horror aspect, he finds and makes his own in this film. And I loved it. This was definitely something creative, nice little drama thriller flick in his direction. And I love the way he's taken the slasher formula and applied it to Airbnb terrain, and still, having the potential and promise and very capable actors in this film to take that and go. To me, the movie unoriginal in any way. It wasn't generic. Even though this is not the most original movie, you've probably seen concepts of this, but I feel like it was very competent. It offers you something different. It's an amazing movie. It's chilling. It's fun. It's very intentional with the plot. But I feel like the ending is what, a lot of people are going to complain about. And I'll start off with, this was a successful chiller from a first-time director, writing, directing, and even producing. Dave Franco's first directional debut, to me, was a thumbs up. Toronto, to me, had enough of the horror, the thriller, the tropes to make the genre's devotees happy for the most part. For the rest of us who merely want a straightforward depiction about what can go wrong with the couples vacationing together on the Oregon coast, the satisfaction is within reach. Relative depth of characterization and expert acting, supported by reasonable suspense, reveal what we really know and how we react to the unknown, which is the case in point. You have Charlie and Michelle, who experience success together as a business, and in a result, they want to celebrate, right? In that aspect, it makes sense, Franco smartly distributes his exposition before disclosing the identity of the genre's requisite stalker, but in a way he really doesn't. More so does he slowly expose the real stalker. The attraction of Charlie and Mina are very intriguing, which leads to this indiscretion that leads to mayhem between the couples. What Franco is careful to preserve is the realism and the dissembling of characters and the effects of their ill-considered actions. I love that he developed these characters in this way, and while surveillance motive is very prominent with the cameras all over the house, most notably in the shower, which take straight homage to Hitchcock in many similarities. It's within the consequences of the miscreants that the disclosure of their secrets weighs most heavily with two characters. The utterly human urge to sin and hide the disclosure is more potent than the suspicion that the property manager probably has, right? In Taylor, which to them is a wacko stalker played by Toby Huss, who is electrifying in the role, throughout the whole film. And the time that he's in the film, okay, this guy definitely has to be the guy, And then, for me, the first hour and 10 minutes are so expertly low-key that it builds that naughtiness and death with an unusual, small set of jump scares and red herrings, which I love in a film. Franco remains true to the operative motive, that mining information and letting go in the most lethal act of all. He helps you foreshadow what's going to happen without actually knowing what's going to happen. And for the most part, I love that, because he lets you discover throughout this film. It plays out like a drama while it follows these four friends who rent out this luxury beachside home for a celebratory vacation, only to discover that their private getaway might be the end of them. And it's a thriller that I enjoyed thoroughly, but then you get to the third act, which they tweak some moments, and even though the movie for the most part is very compelling, very dark, the ending wasn't as enjoyable as the basically 2/3 of the movie. Although entertaining, the third act took me for a loop. I didn't like the way they went in certain directions. I didn't like the way how the killer was revealed, even though he's not revealed in the film. Spoiler alert. That was a positive. You do see the killer, but you don't know who he is, and you see that he continues his way even after the film. That maybe there could be a possible sequel. or maybe not. I love the way they basically leave that open. But towards the ending, where they basically opened up all this territory and all these things throughout the film, and then to cut it short, it was just too quick for me. This movie, even though listed as a horror, it had that drama, that mystery, that thrill element. Movie wasn't dull at all. Looked like an amazing film when you see the trailers, but definitely go check out this film. Let me know what you think about the Discord. Let me know if the third act could have been way better. I'll let you know what I think eventually in the Discord without spoiling a little too much. I'd rather you guys see the movies, gave it a week or so. But the opportunity to make a film like this, and I love the way the story took you into interesting places, and yet it doesn't. Furthermore, the story, but it does start off good. It does have that great middle, but the ending falls flat. This film, I gave it a 6 out of 10. And if you like this review, hit that like button, hit that notification bell, share this with your loved ones, share this with the friends, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Peace.